I'm going to record this since it's our first Elite Coach Mentorship call of this training, and it's day one. So it is March 6th, and we are kicking this training off. First off, I want to say I'm really thankful for you who hopped on here, because there are a lot of people in this training. 5 now, 5 people on here. But there are a lot of people in this training, and not everybody steps out of the box to get on and listen to these. One thing that I want to say, which I'm sure you've seen in my video of the welcome, but I truly believe that I am where I am in this business today because I took my very first training seriously. I went all in. It takes 5 minutes a day. I listened to what the people, told me, and I'm going to mute everyone's lines really quickly. Okay. But I listened and I took notes, and I have this really trashy binder down here. It's like falling apart because there's so much paper in it, but I printed things off. I've now found a more efficient way to do things. You don't have to print everything off. You can save it. But I have it right here, and I think I'm always going to keep it because it's an awesome memory of where I started on this journey. But if this is your first time in it, your second time in it, your third, however many times you're in it, like this can be your time. And I truly believe that with all my heart, that I built my foundation in this type of a group. So tonight we don't have a lot for me to talk about. This is more an open question. What do you guys have for me? And I'm here to answer your questions. So is there anybody who has something, that's really sticking out to them from today, from other questions that they would like to go ahead and ask me? You can put it in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself. Either way works.
You just said that you found a more effective way other than printing. What exactly is that more effective way, and what should I be keeping?
Yeah. So I actually am very OCD about my Google Drive. That is for all of my trainings, I go in, and if there's any document posted in the training, I make a copy of it. So it goes straight to my personal Google Drive. So that way I'm not typing in somebody else's document. First thing I do is I open it, I make a copy. Then I go into my Google Drive and I create a folder. So if I were you, I'd create a folder that says Coach Mentorship. And then everything from this whole training is going to be in one place on your computer. And then you can go in there and you can go back and look at notes, or you can make your own documents later down the road when you're going to be leading one of these things. If you would have told me a year ago, guys, that I would be sitting right here, I probably would have laughed at you, but I have all the information. So it was easier for me to do this because I kept it. I send it to my new coaches. I review it. Sometimes I use the combo cheat sheet because I get stuck in conversation still. I've been doing this since last January. So I am a Google Drive person. I also use Asana, but I use that for other reason or scheduling type things, organization. But for trainings, Google Drive is my best friend. Was that helpful, Kaylee?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Anybody else have a question?
I guess I'll ask another one.
Perfect.
So I was going through and doing my story, and I guess I sent it to Becca because we're trying to do that accountability thing.
Yes.
And when she first read it, she was like, "Is this your why or is this your story? Can you explain more how our why should differ from our story?"
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So your story and your why are really going to kind of lead together. There's going to be a lot of similarities in your why and your story, but your story is who you are. Your story is what you've done, why you're here, what brought you here, those kind of things. There's things in your story that maybe aren't your why. My why is what drives me every single day. It drives me on the days that I clicked on something. On the days that I want to give up, or I've had a rough day or something, your why is what's going to actually drive you. So your story might be this long, your why might be shorter, or it might just be more bullet pointed, really good points out of that story. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And what you posted was awesome. It's long, but it definitely it tells me more about you, who you are. Mm-hmm. And some of your Facebook followers are going to see you start posting and they're like, I've been your friend for so long and I didn't know all of this stuff, So your story and your why both can change. Your story is going to change because you're going to grow and it's going to keep, it's a book. You're going to keep writing it. But your why is going to change because my why last January was I had to have my shakes paid for or I couldn't drink them. I could not afford it. Now, luckily, I'm not in a great financial state, but I'm in a better financial state where I don't do this just to get my shakes paid for. I do this for a lot more. So there's a lot more about my why that drives me every single day. Getting my shakes paid for is still like on the list, but it's more like make my house payment, pay off my credit card debt, that kind of stuff. And I do have to say, it's hard work that will get you to that point. It doesn't just happen overnight, but your why will change as you grow. Thank you. Hold on, Andrea, I'll unmute. Okay, do you have a question? Oh, she went away. I think she was trying to talk. Okay, hold on. How do you use your Asana for your scheduling? I some time today in there. Okay, so Asana can be very overwhelming. I actually did a video on YouTube that I can send, and I actually think later in this training they'll touch more on like organization and that kind of stuff. So that stuff will be coming. But in Asana, I use it really. That's a whole nother training probably that I would love to talk to you about. I don't want to get overwhelming on the first call. But I use it because I put in my power hour. I put in my one-on-one calls. I put in my stuff for my challenge groups. And I just try to stay really organized in that. But it can be a little overwhelming at first. So I can send you guys my video that I did on it. And I'm pretty sure Kelsey has one on it too on YouTube. All right, any other questions? We've got plenty of time, so. How's everybody feeling on day one? Overwhelmed? Ready to go? Ready to learn more?
I know this is my second time doing this. I did it last month, and last month I didn't get the notifications on my phone about day one, so I didn't see any of the stuff until the end of the day, and I was working late that day because you know, Erica, my shifts are always different. Like this week I'm actually on overnights, so luckily she sent the stuff out before because I did wake up until 4 p.m. today. That was my morning, and so it was nice. I at work was able to kind of think out what I was going to post. And after our call the other day too, I used Hootsuite and that helped.
Oh, good. You use it. Awesome. That's another thing. If your schedule isn't exactly, I'm really excited that we're giving the posting schedule the night before. Last training, we did it the day of, and that was kind of hard, because I had already left for work when my post was going up telling everyone else what to post. By the time I get to school, I can't post from 7:30 to 3-ish. I'm chasing children around. So I can barely check my phone. Sometimes on my lunch I can, but posting at school is not really an option for me. So I have to make sure my post is ready to go in the morning and in the evening. And Hootsuite is a way that you can do that. Also another training, but I will gladly talk to you about that sometime too. All right. Any questions on how to create your story? That's what today was about, was your story. You're going to be talking about your why coming up. Your brand is this week. I did that. Committing to a program and why that's important. Why should you commit to a Beachbody program? Not just working out, and you're now adding the shake thing about going in 100% and how that's going to help you in your business. So really pay attention to that day. That's really key. I'm trying to think what else. Personal development. I'm going to be really honest with you for a second and let you know that I am horrible at personal development, like really, really, really bad, because I don't like to read. And I'm taking classes for my master's, and I have to read like all this stuff for a class. And then when I go to school and I read to my kids, and then I come home and I do my homework. And then by the time I'm done, I'm like, I don't want to read another book. Like, that does not sound fun. But you have to, because that's the only way. If you're not growing, your business isn't growing. So I am reading a book now that I truly love. You guys are reading The Compound Effect, right? That's next on my list. But I'm reading Get Over Your Damn Self right now, and I love it. But I'm reading it for the second time because I took like over a month to read it the first time and I lost things. But I'm only like 6 days in, and I'm on page 105. Last time it took me over a month to finish the whole book. So I'm really trying to go all in this month, and I would like to get this book finished and another one before the month is over. I read You Are a Badass like 6 times before I actually completed it in this year of a journey of mine. So don't do as I do on that one. Really do as I say. Please give yourself time for personal development and really make that one of your vitals. You're not going to skip a workout or your shake. So why should we skip our personal development? So yes, it is. I agree with that. She said that it's essential and changed her whole outlook on life. And I definitely agree. When I get in my book, I am so much more focused, and I really like it.
I know for me, I like reading, but same as you, I have like textbooks to read. And so after reading those, like the last thing I want to do is read something else. So personally, I like the recordings, the audio books. I know that's how I finished most of the You Are a Badass. Is I drove to West Lafayette to visit my boyfriend and got like most of the book done, and I listened to it while I was running. Like, so.
Yep. Nope. That's really good. I like audios. I used to listen to audios in the car, but now my husband and I both teach in Columbus, which is 20 minutes away, and we carpool, and I don't think he wants to listen to You Are a Badass on the way there or whatever else I'm listening to. So I stopped doing that, and I've been making myself dig into my book instead. But audios are a really, really good choice if you have time to listen to those. I also sometimes play recorded calls. Like if you missed your team call, my team calls are on Sunday night, and Misfit Legion calls are on Sunday night. So I listen to Misfit Legion calls as I do my power hour throughout the week. I can't get, or one of my power hours throughout the week, I can't get on the national wake up call because it's during the school day. So I listen to that in the evening as well. Because it's recorded for the whole week, or on podcasts, you can go back and listen to them. So I'm not going to lie too, I was also really bad about listening to those. So I'm going back and making up some of those as well.
I actually called into my first one of those like 2 weeks ago. And I meant to call into one last week and completely forgot about it. So how do I go back and listen to the recordings of that?
If you they send you an email each week. So if you still have that, if not, go to I'm going to look and make sure it's up, but the podcast app, it looks like February 27th is the last one. So would that have been last Monday? Yeah. My calendar's going to take a minute to pull up. Yes. Last Monday's is already on there. Today's is not yet, but last Monday's is. Oh, downloading a new episode. So it might be coming up for today's too. So the podcast app, I'm also still, I didn't know that the podcast app just came on your iPhone. I'll try to download it, but it's already on there. So if you have an iPhone, you've got the podcast app.
I did it.
So it's perfect. But that's a good one too. Miracle Morning is very good. I have the workbook right here. That's another really good tool. Oh, it's right here. That is something that I've been working on as well, because this is the workbook. It's really awesome. Natalie actually got this for us and at our diamond retreat, and I've used it to really plan out my mornings, because morning time is really essential. Really essential for me, since I don't have all day at home. I have to make my pocket times work really well. And if I don't get up and get stuff done in the morning, the whole day is just off from that point forward. All right, do we have any other questions? Okay, well, thank you so much for hopping on. This was awesome. I'm really excited. This is a kind of an odd first call because we haven't gone through much yet. We don't have much to talk about, but I'm really excited to watch you guys grow over the next 3 weeks. And on the next call, I'm sure you'll have a lot more questions because you will have had a week of information all thrown at you. But don't hesitate to send me a message on Facebook, or, you know, put a comment on there that you are confused about something. Don't be afraid to say those things, because we're here to help you. And you have 6 mentors right now, all at your fingertips, wanting to help you build a business. And not that you won't have that all the time, but right now you've got us, and that is huge. So use those resources. I don't know if you all know like who's upline and whatnot, but don't feel like you have to just go to your coach. In this training, we're all here to help you. Obviously, your coach is there to help you all the time, but really reach out to us and use these resources. Go ahead.
My internet's really bad, and I keep getting disconnected.
You're fine.
Where can I find, like, where half this meeting I've missed?
I've recorded it, so I will upload it to YouTube tonight, and then I will post it in the comment section of that call.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. As soon as it uploads. So hopefully later this evening I'll have it up. If not, first thing tomorrow.
Okay, that's
all right. Okay, I hope everyone has a great night, and I will see you guys throughout the rest of the week in this training. All right, bye everybody.